Right. Hello all. Um, Sorry I've not been on, boring the arses off yous for a while. Um, as we all have. The madness of families, but there we go. Um, right. To matters in hand, or out of hand. This shambles, we'll call it, of a 50 million offer, which isn't an offer. You can't have an offer when people aren't willing to let you look at contracts. It's not an offer. It's someone sitting on a bloody video and sending stupid bits of paper and emails. We could do that to each other on here. It doesn't mean anything without you seeing a proper contract. Ridiculous. As is what I've been told by, again, Wilder fan channels and Wilder fanboys and their deluded way of trying to make excuses that this is a proper offer. I mean, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but what these people do is someone near the top who's got a brain cell, or perhaps got a brain cell and a half. I'm sure some of these channels lend each other the brain cell each day. Who's got the local brain cell today? Oh, Fannon's got it. Ego's got it. Do you know what? In the past, I've been critical of Black Fight fan, of KO and Black Fight fan, right? But you know what? I'll give KO one thing, right? He does see sense here and there. Okay? He does. He begrudgingly. He won't fully admit it, but he does. He doesn't talk as much crap as the other. He does, but I always get the feeling I can see an element of, how can I put it, mischief in KO. I can see an element of mischief in KO, and he may flatly deny it if he was to ever get wind or hear of this and say to me, "No." But I know, I've been there. I know where he's coming from. Um, but you still talk shite sometimes, KO. But there we go. Seriously, and I mean seriously, some of it is borderline. I mean, Ego, 7-8 Sports, Fannin, they are on another level. And I know they're buddy pally pally with Black Fight Fan, KO, and that. I know that, and they'll all stick together and call me whatever. But for putting this out there, but I'm going to put it out there, and that is, they do seem like they use one brain cell between them. They come up with a saying, like a slogan, if you will. It's not a slogan, but it becomes like a slogan, or like like politicians. It becomes like a message. And the latest message is, if you go and buy a house or a car, you agree a fee first. Bullshit. Bullshitty-o. Uh, what is it he calls himself? Egavelli. Well, bullshitty Velli. Yeah. This gets back to him. Bullshitty Velli. Yeah. Right. And anything else you want to put in between. Bullshit. Yeah. There's no one I know who goes, even if you go and buy a brand new car, you do not go in. For instance, a friend of mine paid 92 grand for a Jag. Right? It was tip at the top, whatever. The Jag was more than 92 grand originally. He got him down to 92 grand. It was jazzed up. It wasn't a normal, as you can imagine, your normal average, whatever Jag, although they're not far off 90 odd grand anyway. But it was jazzed up. I won't bore the arse off you with it. I think originally it was something like 104 grand. Now, if he'd have walked in or asked for it and said 100, oh yeah, nah, 104 grand. You look around something, it's like a house, a car, but these people are telling you go and buy, you agree a fee first. So okay, if you go and buy a house or go to look at a house. You don't go and buy a house or agree anything. You go and look at a house first. First, the viewing is set up. The same as with a car, be it brand new, 92 grand or 104 grand and you get 12 grand knocked off, or be it a 500 quid run around. You go and look at it first. First off, you've got to see that it does what it says on the tin. You've got to see that there's no blemishes, no this, no that, no whatever. Same as a house. I mean, or, you know, some of these characters saying that, I think to myself, well, you know, I'll tell you what, I don't know if any of them, whatever, bought houses and that. I said to them, well, what did you do? Turn up and say they said, I don't know, your house is $65,000. Did you say, yeah, I'll sign for that. Right, let's see if there's any problems. You've got to be off your fucking rocker. Excuse me language, but you have. You've got to be something, you know, I don't know. You've got to be Tim Nice but Dim from Harry Enfield. I know that won't mean nothing to any Americans watching this. You have. That's the type of character you've got to be, you know. Oh yeah, it's great because Charlie's uncle said. You know, seriously, you've got to be like a character of Little Britain or Harry Enfield or something. You know, I don't know. Yeah, you might know that one, Harry, Little Britain. Yeah, you've got to be a character like that. Sometimes I get the feeling some of these Wilder fanboys think that that's the way Britain is. It's a real, you know, depiction of it. And you know, I want that one. You know, the way they try and justify it. You say this, I know, but it beggars belief. It is like you think, did these people just come out of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or something? You know, who in their right mind would go and say, yes, I agree that, without looking at the finer details? You're organising a wedding. The first thing you do is look into the details of it. If someone says to you it's going to cost you, we can do it, but it'll cost you 12 and a half grand, you go, okay, what am I getting for my 12 and a half grand? Am I getting exactly what I've asked you for? Is it going to be the right tablecloths, the right little, what are they called, freaking name tag things where you can all sit down to have your soup and dinner and whatever? You know, you don't. If that was a real 50 million offer on the table, they should have no problem with saying, okay, Eddie, fair enough, son. We'll draft you the contract across and have a look. He's only asking for a draft contract. Let me have a look, sit down, see what I think. I'll tell you in an instant whether I'm interested or not. You know, the contract could be straight. I don't know. The contract could be straight. But on the other hand, it could say that 2 nights before the fight, AJ's got to be dancing, pole dancing on TV in Azerbaijan, while Wilder's sitting there relaxing, getting nice and massaged, ready for fight night. Now, I know that's not very likely, and I know that's being extreme and silly. But forgive me, the boxing world isn't the best world to start trusting people. We know this. You know, anyone, when you're 41-year-old, battle-hardened, whatever, like myself in the world, and like a lot of us, you know, we don't fall for this bullshit. You know what I mean? If you were 15, 16-year-old in school, you know, you might think, why isn't AJ taking it? 50 million, I'd love that. Yeah, I'd just say yeah. As soon as you get out in that big wild world, you get kicked to the floor a few times. And you realise, you know, the car finance is a rip-off, that this is a rip-off, that that is a rip-off. Your eyes soon open up. I mean, I've always made the point of I would never buy a brand new car. And I questioned my friend who was on about with the Jag before on that why he did it. I would never buy a brand new car. It was something I was told by a wise old bugger, shall we say. He wasn't old, he wasn't much older than me, but it was something I was told a long time ago. Let's say, for instance, you go in and you buy a Mercedes, 50 grand. Yeah, and you sign for that 50 grand. Soon as you sign, you try sell that car back. Don't even get up from the desk. Try tell him you don't want it. He won't offer you 50 grand for it. Sorry, just going off track there. There we go. Like I say, it's staggering. You know, I don't get how one of these Wilder fanboys can't just be honest when some of these people are putting this bullshit and just say, look, mate, you wouldn't buy a house that way. You wouldn't buy a car that way. You know, if that's the way it works in America, then no wonder they voted Donald Trump in power, is all I can say. You know, no wonder they voted Reagan in, no wonder they voted Donald Trump in. I mean, although God knows we voted Theresa May in, but, you know, I never, but, you know. I'm sure I'm not being biased, and I'm sure I don't see the same stupid anecdotes, shall we call them, or and misjudgments and sheer bullshit from AJ's side. We don't put stuff as ridiculous as that. I mean, I know I was saying about being younger, but I wouldn't even have done that at 15 or 16. You look at what you're buying first, or if you're entering into i.e. an event, a contract, whatever, you read it. You know, go for a job or something. They'll say to you, you know, if you sit there, mind you, they can be sneaky fuckers, can't they? But you can ask to see the contract, your contract of work first. Hold on a minute. What does this work entail? You still ask, what does it entail? And you can ask to see the contract first, even in any job, if it's sweeping floors. You still sign a contract, i.e., does it have the compulsory government pension that we have in place in this country now? You know, what are the hours? Are there any other little sort of stipulations, like, i.e., you have to use your own toothbrush to clean the bogs? You know, but still, it's relevant. Their arguments are that of a madman. They're like something, I'll refer it back again, out of a Carry On script. You know, Carry On England or something. To use my favourite saying, they beggar belief. It is just absolutely. If you went through your life living like that, right, and this is a direct message to any Wilder fanboys, right, I'm going to point you in the direction of a film, a group of films. You probably know them. If you don't, maybe you should watch them. You may learn a thing or two. You would have to be along the lines of Chief Commissioner Dreyfus in the Pink Panther films, who gets sent completely and utterly gaga. You'd have to be round the twist to go and buy a car or a house and say, yes, I'll pay you $65,000 for that, and then look at it to find out that in actual fact the fucking thing doesn't even start up. Or $65,000 for a house, to walk through the front door, for the front door to fall off in your hand, and go upstairs and find there's a fucking big hole in the roof and no wall on one side. But this is what these people are telling us. You don't buy a house that way. You agree the price first, then you look at the contract. Do you fuck? Do you fuck? You know, I'm sure they think here in England we are pig shit thick the way they talk to us. I am. You know, excuse me, but we once ruled the world. We gave education to the world. We're the only ones who stopped the Romans in their tracks. Again, I'm not directing it at American people. I'm really not, guys. It's at these Wilder fan channels, fanboys. You know, They're unbelievable on another level. You've got unbelievable, and then they're unbelievable, 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 unbelievable. But you'd probably get locked up in this country for talk, if you went round talking like they talk. You would. It'd be like, you know, in them old films like Charlie Chaplin stuff and that, where he just used to get hooked off the stage by an umbrella thing that come on, just whip them off, gone, and some guys in white coats run over to them and just, you know, straight jacket them and cart them off. It's just unreal. You get me mad, and then it just makes me laugh. You know, it is the talk of a madman. You know, but there we go, guys. Bit of a rant, bit of anger, bit of sarcasm, bit of comedy. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully, the biggest and best bit of comedy will be in Rome tonight. If the Roma defence will fall apart again. Above all, and I mean this to each and every one, even the fanboys, take care. God bless you all. Like, subscribe, or hate me. But above all, be safe.